There were two historic entities that brought enlightenment to the world in the early 1960s. John F. Kennedy becoming the President of the United States of America on November 8th, 1960, and the Beatles' first song, I Want to Hold Your Hand, on January 18, 1964, written by John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Victor Charles had a similar comparison between the years of 1960 to 1964, when he rose to greatness in Hollywood. His first 5 years established him in the hearts and minds of millions of Americans who watched television and motion pictures. His first 5 years as a professional actor were definitely his golden years in Hollywood. In 1960, Bette Davis and Joan Crawford and director Robert Aldrich didn't work in any motion pictures. It was obvious that Davis and Crawford weren't in demand like their prior years before when they were younger. Aldrich also was looking around for another quality motion picture to produce and direct. On January 31st, 1960, Victor Charles was acting in the role of Sogsty in the television program Rogue for Hire. It was titled Operation Jaguar, and the executive producer was Jack J. Krause. On February 6, 1960, Victor Charles played the role of Seminard on Sea Hunt, titled Underwater Drop, and the executive producer was Evan Tors. Victor Charles, My Grandma Mert, and David Francis were still living at 3266 Bayside Walk, and he was performing at the Oak Globe Theater Shakespeare Festival in July of 1960. He was in their several productions, As You Like It in the role of Duke Sr., Hamlet in the role of King Claudius, and in Julius Caesar. In late September 23, 1960, Victor Charles once again played in the role of Bongo Benny in the television program 77 Sunset Strip, titled The Fanatics. The executive producer was William T. Orr. On November 14, 1960, Victor Charles was playing in the role of Mr. Beamish in the television program Surfside 6, titled Deadly Mel. The executive producer was William T. Orr. The following day, on November 15, 1960, Victor Charles played in the role of Koralik in the television program Thriller, titled Girl with a Secret. The producer was Fletcher Markle. 6 days later, on November 21st, 1960, Victor Charles was playing the role of the San Francisco bartender in the television program Sugarfoot, titled Man from Medora. The executive producer was William T. Orr. As you may notice, the name of executive producer William T. Orr, he was an important individual helping Victor Charles launch into his television career as an actor in Hollywood. As the old adage goes, it's not what you know, but it's who you know. The television program Checkmate was seen on November 26, 1960, and it was titled Moment of Truth. Victor Charles was playing the role of Carlos Rodriguez. The producer was Joseph T. Nair. Nearly a week later, on December 1st, 1960, Victor Charles was playing the role of the mayor in the television program Outlaws, titled Starfall Part 2. The executive producer was Frank Telford. Between 1959 and 1960, Victor Charles was 21 years old, and he had performed within 15 television programs and in one motion picture. The average annual salary for wage workers in America was around $5,700. The average length for a television program to be created in 1960 was approximately 1 month after casting actors, rehearsing, filming, and editing before it would be released over television. It's my estimated guess that Victor Charles may have earned at least $300 per television program, and after being in 15 television programs and one motion picture, he may have earned approximately $4,800. And being an equity professional stage actor at the Oak Globe Theater during their Shakespearean Festival from July to August in 1960, his total annual earnings would easily be over $5,000 or more. Not a bad start for a young man who never held another job in his life. Victor Charles was the breadwinner now in the Buono family, and it would be that way for the rest of his life. My father Sonny was 33 years old, and he was still a San Diego County sheriff, and my mother Hilda was 29 years old. My two sisters, Teresa was 12 years old, and Renee was 10 years old, and I was 8 years old at the end of 1960. Now that I was old enough to play in Little League Baseball at the Western League Ballpark in El Cajon, California, I went to the tryouts and I made a position on the Indians baseball team. My father was one of the coaches on my team during my first organized year of playing baseball. I can't recall ever hearing my grandma Mert saying where our step-grandfather Victor Francis had gone to. I also never heard it from my father, mother, Auntie Susie, Aunt Mary Jane, Granny Grunts, or from anyone for that matter. My step-grandfather had just disappeared out of my life. We continued visiting at the Buono house. I can't remember ever seeing Victor Charles sitting quietly in the living room or kitchen. He was full of energy and had things to do and places to go. He was now 21 years old, and he was a professional television actor. He had been rubbing shoulders with Lloyd Bridges, Joan Fontaine, Nick Adams, Troy Donahue, Doug McClure, and Sebastian Cabot, and many other actors and actresses. He was now part of Hollywood, and his old friends at St. Augustine High School and the University of San Diego most likely had nothing in common with him any longer. How could they be? He was a television actor with the stars.